problem is that most of the yeah, but the problem is that yeah, I try to, thank you for the kind words. I try to, so my idea was a few months ago to start the economic sessions. We did 2, so, but because it's summer, it's difficult to find motivation to do. And, you know, these presentations are, the content, the text, it's, I'm having difficulties, you know, writing this stuff, and presentation is not my strength. So, but I'm planning to do, you know, every 2 weeks or every week or every month. Bilal is keep busting my balls that he wants them, and I will do them. I will try to introduce, but the problem is that, you know, I studied 5 years at university, bachelor and masters, and I don't even know where to start. It's just so many stuff. I mean, have a look at my shelf. This is just the CFA level 1. CFA level 1. So I was like, you know, if you want to learn it the proper way, it would take more than 3 years. So I'm trying to pick the actual current hot topics like inflation, and, you know, have a brief idea and introduction.
Yeah. But nothing has linked.
All right. So I think I just got live on YouTube. Wow.
Lives, bro. Yeah, on YouTube. That's amazing. That's free. That's free. Your content is free.
When I had this idea to do live trading, I was shitting my pants, because, you know, when you're under pressure and people watch you and you have to perform, yeah, especially with trading, and, you know, this is not financial advice, by the way, I was hesitant to do it, but actually some of the trades were just phenomenal. And actually I traded better when we were on live on YouTube. Maybe because the pressure, God knows. But if you look back all the previous episodes or previous live streams, many of them had some good trades.
Yeah.
So I'm going to delete this because I don't want to, you know, during a high impact event, I don't want to give trade ideas to people. I mean, stop loss and things like that, because price can move, you know, hundreds of pips within seconds, and it could hit stop loss and then move to the other direction and then reverse. So maybe I'm just going to do this. Or should I leave it? I don't know.
How many members we have now on Discord, Thomas?
600.
600?
Yeah.
You're joking.
No, it's 600.
Wow.
See, you make 600 people with you. Like literally, you are a teacher, like everyone else. You're making a school, literally a school.
No, I think, you know, when it started, it was
It's not about
started.
school, not something to learn. It's
Christian
like,
was the first person I started teaching because he was scammed. So
Yeah.
I started teaching him and a friend because they got scammed by signal providers, by account managers, and I never thought that I would teach anyone, because even though I worked in, you know, a hedge fund, but we were in a fixed income market, not even forex market, but we did trace some futures trades. And then I worked at hedge fund and in a bank as a risk manager. So I never ever imagined that I would you know, teach this kind of stuff, and even my knowledge is nowhere near to, you know, some professional traders. So Christian was the first person, and when it started, it was education, but now it's turning into something more. So it's live trading. And I think one of the biggest selling point and the strength is the morning briefings and the economics session. I think these are the strengths. So the morning briefings, what we do every morning, I find joy going back to my old textbooks and trying to learn about, okay, so how was the inflation? Like, what is inflation? Trying to explain, and then put together a macroeconomic analysis, narrowing it down into a tradable strategy, and then moving on to the technicals to see if the technicals line up with my ideas about, you know, why is the US stock market going down because of inflation, interest rates, and many other things. And when it lines up and it works out, I'm really proud, because you know, that's something that you create with your own mind. You build up the strategy and then you execute it, and it's not just placing these you know, trend lines. So what's really forming the alpha effects is really something unique. I don't think that you find this level of quality anywhere else. Even though I have you know, I'm not the best economist, I'm not the best trader, but going every single morning and talking about the hot topics, what is inflation, how is it affecting the stock market, you know, macroeconomic topics. I think that's really the strength, and the live trading as well. I mean, I don't know if other YouTubers or anyone does live trading this many times. Maybe they are, I don't know. But I don't think that they going into the macroeconomics and explaining the stuff.
No, they're not. I found a couple other ones doing the same, but you know, this is not the same quality.
You found some what?
Some YouTubers, you know, proposing the same concept as you do. but this is not definitely not the same quality. You know, they're not getting into detail, and you don't really learn anything from them.
No, I don't know. There's so many different strategies and methods to trade. There's smart money concept apparently, which is pretty much just buying on the previous, bottom of the candle, and selling at the previous stop. There's no such thing as smart money trading, because smart money is, anyway. I was smart money in the fixed income desk because we moved money. There are other things, price action, indicators, bots, etc. But the problem with with most of the YouTubers and Instagram traders is that yes, they may be making money. I don't know. I can't verify their accounts. I can't really see the results because they're not trading that much, but they're not giving that level of fundamentals that I do, which I don't know if it's good, but I like it.
Now, if you want to get my point of view, this is better because, I felt like since ever I'm trading with you, I just got my skills into a whole other level.
Yay, good. But you're not giving that level of fundamental. Yeah. Yeah, so those who joined us on YouTube today, I want to highlight this is not financial advice. If you're not comfortable with high volatility events, then just sit back, relax, and just enjoy the conversation. 75 basis point is on the table. US stock market, I think I'm more confident in that one, but in gold there are really mixed signals. I've done a summary for the Alpha FX members. It was a really brief summary about what's happening in all of the markets. So many variables moving the market, some of them bearish, some of them bullish. For example, let me just read up. The growing recession risk would help gold. Bull sentiment, the data coming out from the US is getting worse and every month. But then we have the bearish news, for example, the 75 basis point rate hike. So there are many examples I could bring up, and these are contradicting each other. Some of them bearish, some of them bullish. And I think even those who go long on gold are right, and those who short gold are right as well, because these fundamentals, the traders tend to pick the ones that they are biased towards, and they translate this into a position because they are bearish on gold or US stock market. But right now, it's just so many contradicting and conflicting variables for gold. It's difficult to make a buy or sell, but I'm still bearish on gold, but it has the potential to go higher because of the bullish fundamentals. And the problem is that the markets are forward-looking and has the terminology that priced in. And the question is how far traders speculate. The recession fear is getting strong, but if you look at the current asset prices and yields, there are far better options than gold. So that's already a contradicting theory. So one of them is bearish, one of them is bullish. And we don't know how much is priced in. So it's not an easy time to trade gold. Then you have Ukraine sold $12 billion worth of gold reserves because of the invasion by Russia. Are they going, did they sell it at once? Did they just offload it week by week? So these are the things that you cannot really prepare. But gold is definitely tough to trade. On US 30, it's somewhat easier, but we have the earnings season, which it doesn't make it easy to trade. And the other thing I already mentioned to the team, that today we have the rate hike, which is, it's easy to trade. Well, not so easy because the mixed fundamentals, but that's a quantitative data. That's why it's easier to trade. We know how much it's going to be, and then you make your strategy and then just execute. But the problem is the FOMC statement and FOMC press conference. Now, these two are qualitative events. The FOMC statement, I doubt that many of you have ever read any of the FOMC statements. I found it fascinating. It's quite dry economics, but I found it fascinating. I highly recommend to read it. The problem is that when the FOMC statement comes out, it's a carefully scripted document which explains the current economic climate and global climate and, inflation, job market or labor market, everything they explain. But when it comes out, it's like a 15-20 pages document. And yes, some traders are scanning through because they know exactly where it's the same format pretty much every single time. So they scanning through, they're looking for hints that which direction is the economy is actually heading. And then we had the FOMC press conference. Jay Powell stands out and he starts off with a sentence that we're going to do everything within our power to tackle inflation. Boom, gold is melting because the current rate hike, because the real yields, the real rates are now getting into the positive territory. If you look at the core inflation data, not the other one, not the higher one, which includes food and energy. So if you look at the core, that's how you calculate the real yields. So it's the nominal yield minus inflation, the core inflation, you get a number, and now it's getting into the territory that gives a direct competition for gold, because bonds and bills, they do produce yield. There's a return, but gold, a piece of metal. You need to, pay for security, transportation, storage, so many things, but it doesn't yield anything. Price fluctuates depending on the business cycle. So Powell starts with a negative sentence, and then it's negative for stock market as well, because interest rates are actually bad news. When the borrowing cost goes up, that is a big problem for companies which are heavily indebted on the stock market. And then he moves on and says something that but I strongly believe that the US stock market is going to survive 75 basis points, and boom, stocks are going up. So it's bouncing up and down. It's difficult to trade. Yeah,
If you
it's
guys
going to
want
be
my humble opinion, I think this is because it's still bearish and it still have a big room to.
Bilal, can you move closer to the mic?
Yeah. Is it better?
Yes.
Is it better? Yeah, I think there is still a room to go down for gold, because and the financial demand is still more going for government bond, because the nominal yield is more interesting, and also there is physical demand for gold, which is in mostly China and India, which is quite low lately. And I could see this morning with the PMI number, PMI data in China and India. So for me, there is still room that for gold to go down.
Yeah, I see bearish continuation, but if you look at the previous rate high, gold was actually dropping and then moving up, because back in June there were some. That's when I think the gas drama started folding out between Germany and Russia, or Europe and Russia. So that was bullish for gold. But then if you look at other factors which are bearish for gold, like a rate hike right now is bearish, exactly because how you, Bilal, explained. If you look at the real rates, nominal minus inflation, that gives you a return, and if it's negative, then it's no point investing in bonds because you're losing money. But if it's positive, or actually just keeping the money and bears some interest, then gold has a direct competition, which is that's why 75 basis point now is going to push the yields into the territory, which will be a problem for gold. That's why I have the bearish sentiment as well. But anything is possible, so manage your risk. The only thing that you can control in the markets is your position size, your stop loss, nothing else. So today I would be more confident just to, just to watch the market and have a chat, because so many things happening in the world, bearish, bullish, neutral. It's quite tough to translate it into buy or sell. I wish it would that easy, but I'm presenting my ideas, trying to translate the current, macroeconomics into tradable ideas that I trade. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not. But today, I'm not feeling confident on gold. So Xavi just asked, can you show the correlation between Fed rate and Treasury yields? There's literally 10 minutes until the rate hike. We can do it at another time. But I showed you guys already how to do correlation analysis on TradingView. You right click and then you go to the watch list and you can add charts together. And then you normalize the data and boom, you have a visual correlation analysis. So freaking powerful. Oops. Guys on YouTube, can you just start pressing the thumbs up button, please? That gives you a feedback to me that I'm doing my job properly and you like it.
Hi Thomas, how are you doing?
Good evening, Alan. Good. I'm extremely hangover, but I'm doing the live for you guys. If I had to choose, I would just sleep in my bed because I'm knackered.
All right. So, with the sort of, I'm always interested in why anybody invests in gold anyway, really. I know I've expressed this before, but that aside, with other things, with the bonds and everything giving more return, what is the reason for investing in gold at this moment in time?
I think you should ask the people who invest in gold, in physical gold, because I have no idea.
Okay.
I think it's the history. It's a rare asset.
I know, but history doesn't really necessarily make money for people, does it?
No, but
I
it's
just
shiny.
don't know. I mean, I'm just trying to ask, because I can't, because anybody who has lots of money and they want to, get some return.
Actually, in the when I was a risk manager for a big bank, I traveled around Europe because 14 countries belong to me, capital markets risk management, and some banks offer to VIP clients physical gold. It was insane, and they just kept gold because it was, in southern eastern regions of Europe or outside Europe, the Balkans. It is how to say. So it's a show of power and money that you have gold.
Prestige.
Yeah, prestige. It was insane that how many people bought, the proper gold bars. It's crazy.
Yeah, I guess I don't understand in the sense of, because for me, I just hate gold jewelry personally. Just not me. Would never wear it.
I think it's the whole history and gold. I can do a video about the function of gold, you know, store value, inflation hedge, all that.
Yeah, I understand how it certainly used to have a lot of value.
But
you know,
that
things
value,
have-
it's going back to the history goes back thousands of years, and I think it's fundamentally it's difficult to change which has such a history. Like Bitcoin is never going to take over. You cannot make jewelry from Bitcoin. Gold will be always gold, and I think that history and that is giving gold that pinch of salt.
Okay.
Five minutes, guys.
Woo. So I pretty much try to explain everything to the members in Discord and before the stream, but I just too tired to go through again and you know, explain. So many bearish and bullish signals in gold. It's difficult to trade. It's probably not the best time for rookie traders to risk, you know, or flip accounts, because it's not going to happen. So I would like to just observe the market today and see what's going to happen. Getting GUM at 5 AM is not a good idea on such events.
Hi, Raoul. How you doing, Raoul? You all right? Enjoying your holiday?
Yes. Holiday.
You been watching any of women's football?
No.
Oh, you've missed something. It's really good.
England as well, but it's because they have coach.
I don't mean just for England. I'm obviously pleased they got through to the final. But
Yeah.
I find, you know, what I find interesting about women's football is it's not weak football. You know, it's high skill, and there isn't all the lying on the ground moaning when they get tackled.
They
They
have
get
bigger
up and they-
balls than some of the footballers.
Yes.
I think it's much better watching it than men's in lots of ways. There's no histrionics. There's no stupidity. There's no diving in the box. In the box, they're looking for a goal. They're not looking to fall over.
Exactly.
And
England has a good coach.
Yeah, we got a Dutch coach. I know, but and you know, I can't complain about that with the results, especially yesterday against Sweden.
Was a good.
That was
match.
good. Spain was a little bit more tentative, but the Swedish one was much easier to watch, especially in the second half.
Yeah.
Shane Netherlands went out. Sorry about that, bro. No, I am.
No,
Really.
I cheer for the English team, and I made some fun with my colleagues about the Swedish who went out.
Yeah, of course you're living there, so you would have
Yes.
got in front of that.
They
Disappointment.
England give me some fun.
Yeah. But some good
Well,
goals there as well.
Yes.
I think Sweden could have done much better in the first half yesterday. But
Yes. The first, what is it, 50 minutes?
yeah, England were up against it really. But you know,
A little bit lucky, but why I get the
Gold's
feeling that
rising.
we're going down with gold.
Gold's rising right now.
Yes.
Yeah, it's mixed fundamentals in gold,
Comparable.
so it's you know, I would stay away from gold today as much as I love it. I'm on the bearish side,
Yep.
but because there's so many fundamentals pointing to bullish direction and technicals as well.
Like, tell me this scandal. The economics not even was released, and this already happened. It's like the investors, the anonymous investors, the private ones, like us. I don't know, the millions ones.
What was the question? Sorry.
Like, what kind of candle is this? This bullish, like in 1 minute candle, straight up. The news not even released, you know?
Just
What kind of impact is this? Like,
trades hitting the
invest-
brokers executing.
yeah.
But we have 37 seconds to go. So analysis was sent out into Discord, but even though I'm not confident in gold, on US 30, I'm on the bearish side. I'm selling it since freaking days now.
Since Monday.
Mate, that was watching US 30 moving sideways. This earnings season is killing me with this summer low liquidity. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
BPS.
Oh, it's picking up. Yeah, 75 basis points as they promised. Let's see how the market is reacting. You see, even in YouTube, people buy gold, sell gold. You know, guys, if you know, just enjoy it, watch it. You don't have to trade today. There's so many conflicting fundamentals on gold. Are you guys still holding the positions?
Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
No.
Hey, Sophie. What are your plans tonight?
Hey, Thelma. I don't know. You tell me.
Oh, do I make plans for you?
Ooh, Thomas has something to explain.
I wouldn't find anyone better than you.
Yeah. I could give some plans, but, you know, I'm married man, Sophie, so sorry.
Maybe
I'm
some
alone.
people from YouTube can give some advice.
Yeah, guys, give us some advice.
nothing-
Give some plans.
Nothing printable.
Give us
I'm
some. Give
alone.
Sophie some plans and ideas what she should do tonight. But you know, be a gentleman. Don't go, you know, naughty.
Watch a movie.
Watch a movie.
I'm just
I'm
watching
watching
gold.
the chart all the day.
Gold
Oh my
is
God.
moving up.
Holy shit. Spin it down.
Who knows? Anything is possible. You know, it's still within that range. 1730 is. It's been hovering for weeks. That's why I said I'm more confident on US 30. Now, who's placing some massive lots in the background?
No, I'm just moving my stop loss.
Oh, don't do that, Marwan. You know, I said,
That sounds not good. Moving your stop loss.
yeah, especially not today. Like this, honestly, making sense of gold it's tough. I see bearish, others see bullish. Both are valid. And US 30 now is going up. That's freaking nightmare. Ooh, Afra Lord. Very good comment. Go see a sunset this evening, Sophie. And we have Anastasia. Movie with Powell.
Oh, but
Gold is gonna go back to
nighttime here.
1790.
Yeah, I let gold go. It's, you know, I don't feel it this summer. Until May, everything was fine with gold. We had good trades, but since the summer hit, it just awful. That said, we did have some good trades, but now I'm just going to leave it. Oh, what's happening with the USD pairs? So like USD JAP. Yeah, USD Japanese yen is good for buy. I'm going to place a buy. That is going to continue higher. It's almost 100%. USD JAP. Let me send this to the group. Oh fuck. Did anyone buy USD Japanese yen? And gold is now coming back down. Okay, I think it's good for sell. I'm taking a side now. The previous daily high has been respected. I think it will come back to the range. I see many bearish fundamentals on gold, so I'm gonna go on a short. Oh, 4 lots, USD Japanese long, US 30 short. Short the shit out of US 30. Let me go to gold. Yeah. So this is not financial advice. You know, the problem with today that we have the FOMC press conference, which is going to mess up everything. It's a qualitative event. Powell is going to do a stand-up and, you know, answer questions. We have the FOMC statement. That's when the real volatility is going to hit the market. And it's difficult to make sense of the FOMC statement. It's a 15-20 page document. Pure economics. All right, Marwan. Looks like our US 30 is going down.
Yeah, I sold another one.
Crazy Lebanese.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to stop loss. And gold is going down exactly as I explained. Well, I gave you both scenarios, but I was secretly hoping it's going to go down.
Yep.
Laugh out loud says possible TP. Mate, manage your position. You know, don't depend on others. If you're happy with the profit, just take it. Don't let me tell you when to take profit. How is US 30 going?
Cool.
I think 1712 should be a logical TP.
gold. As much as I love to trade gold, sometimes it's just a pain in the ass.
Yep.
And, you know, today I would recommend to scalp. If it drops, if you make 20, 30 pips, take it and be happy with the profit. Because when FOMC, Powell stands on the stage with the microphone, he's going to mess up the markets. Like, the whole world is watching one man's words about the biggest economy in the whole world. He's going to say bearish things or hawkish, he's going to say dovish things, and that's going to mess up the markets. So every single opportunity, take some profit, make the money, take the money. Don't leave it on the table for Powell to take away.
I already took my profit.
Good profit, Mr. Gelmers?
Yes. I only have US30 still running. I took a quick Nash and a quick gold sell. For close.
Cheeky, cheeky, cheeky.
Cheeky, cheeky, cheeky. A nice 3.5K.
Congratulations, that's not a bad day rate.
Nope. Where can I sign if I get that every day?
https://alphafx.eu. Come on, guys, on YouTube. Seriously, 400 people watching the stream and we have 179 likes. That's insulting. It's very insulting.
Very, very insulting.
Is it Belinda?
Thomas,
Yeah?
may I ask?
Quite, of course.
Is the gold now in the stage H1 forming the M pattern, or am I misreading that?
On the 1 hour?
Yep.
Which M? I see many M's, but you know, during these events, I wouldn't look for patterns. Sometimes they work, but I would stick to the fundamentals and more like support and resistance than patterns, in my opinion. I mean, but who knows? But which pattern was it? This one or this one?
I just saw this Zoom video what you shared in your and from the Daniel, and just now seeing this 1 hour chart on the gold.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah.
This?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's you know, when market is going down. So if you look at, depends on the time frame. If you look at the time frame of the 1 hour, clearly the market is in a retracement. So don't look for M's, look for W's if you stick to these patterns.
Okay.
You see, market is now not interested in the 75 basis point rate hike. They want to get some more clues about the September rate hike. They're waiting for Jay Powell. This man is one of the most powerful men on earth. And when he steps on the stage tonight, he's going to split out all the hardcore economics about labor market, inflation, you know, balance sheet. And that is going to move the market. I found it extremely fascinating. When I went to university, before I had a waiting job in Canary Wharf, London. And I was on my break and I was looking at the skyscrapers. I was like, what on the earth these bankers are doing? How they creating money out of thin air? And yeah, that's why I chose economics, try to understand how did the US crisis led to close our family business. And, you know, there's thousands of miles away. How many jobs have been lost in my country because of that US fuck up or global fuck up? I love economics. If you want to learn and read a really good book, I can recommend, you know, Freakonomics is a really good book. I screwed up. It explains so many difficult things, that how economists are trying to solve difficult questions. For example, you know, economics is translating heavy sets of data into digestible answers. For example, did the election of Tory, how was it? Did the increase of police officers have led to the decrease in crime? And these guys in the Freakonomics book, they, let me just read out some things. They explain some weird stuff with economics. But anyway, I find it first and I leave this one on because most of you are interested on trading. So, which is more dangerous, a gun or a swimming pool? Which should be feared more, snakes or french fries? Why do sumo wrestlers cheat? What else do they have? You know, this kind of stuff, they really go into the hard data, and they use econometrics to answer these questions. But also there's another one which is written by a Hungarian guy that explain, you know, why let me find that one. I will send it later. Anyway, my brain is just boiling now. When you have to do a live stream, or if you know that you do the live stream, do not go out party until 5 a.m. That's not good.
Don't worry, that'll all be curtailed really soon.
Meaning?
There, demanding your attention.
Yeah, maybe I'm just having a midlife crisis, and you know, suddenly.
Or you'll be up at 5. You'll be up at 5 a.m. for completely different reasons.
Yeah. Exactly.
But it's all right. It's only for the first 18 years you have to have problems.
Yeah, it's
a little bit more. Make it 20 power.
Yeah, I could have said that as well, but you know.
You know, it's scary that nature is fascinating. That these 9 months, parents really needed to realize that, you know, we're going to have a baby, and we are in month 7th next week. And how many is it? 9 months for the baby to come out. So yeah. We are in the finish line.
Normally.
Yeah, normally. So someone asked me about USD Japanese yen. USD Japanese yen, because the rate hike, it's going to continue higher. Japan has a low interest rate environment of -0.1, and with this rate hike, let me show you here. With this rate hike, the US yields interest rate is ahead of the Japanese. It's been ahead since 1998 when Shinzo Abe introduced the three arrows policy. You know, monetary easing, ultra loose monetary policy. So because the interest rate differential many traders are actually using this not arbitrage, it's a carry trade, that they borrow in Japanese yen and buy US denominated government bonds because the yields are higher. The interest rate on the loan is cheap, the yields are greater, so there's an arbitrage. And because the US yields now, the base borrowing rate is now 2.5%, so if you look at the 10 years, it's going to be higher. You know, the yields are higher in the US, that's going to lead into investors and central banks and pension funds and, you know, the big market players going to buy the yielding assets such as government bonds in the US. And because they're going to buy because they get some return, that is going to create a demand for US dollar because that's denominated in US dollar. If they want to buy, they have to exchange Japanese yen. So what's going to happen? USD is going to fly. Maybe. But that's the basic economics behind it. That's freaking gold is continuing higher. So, J. Powell, is about to give the press conference in 9 minutes. So if you have any positions close to the current price, I would advise to close it down. Well, it's not financial advice, but it's wise to close it down because the market is going to be extremely volatile when Powell sets foot on the stage. Probably gold price is, you know, going to up and down and, you know, hundreds of pips in literally minutes. Every minute is going to change. So be careful. The only thing that you can manage is your position size and to place a stop loss. Nothing else is fixed on the market. And it doesn't matter what technicals and fundamentals you trade with. Market is going to be volatile in 10-15 minutes. So it's going to whiplash. It's going to close out buyers and sellers. You guys fall asleep or still with me?
Still with you, Thomas.
I'm still with you.
We are here.
Cursing at gold.
No,
Yeah.
I'm still in control.
Muted.
You know, Ashna Anand on YouTube is buying gold. You know, I explained at the beginning of the stream that there are bearish and bullish signals fundamentally. If you look at the US dollar strength, if you look at the situation in Ukraine, the gas misery in Europe, what else did I write to you guys? Let me find the examples. You know, the growing recession risk, which would help gold bulls, because the sentiment, the data is getting worse in the US. But on the other hand, the rate hike is actually bad for gold because now the real yields, nominal minus inflation, core, is getting into the positive territory. So gold has a direct competition in form of yields. So that should, you know, the 75 basis point in theory should send down gold. But if you look at around the world, markets are pricing in the recession, but how far? Traders are really... When is it going to be the recession? 2 months? 1 year? No one knows, but maybe they're front running. You know, the markets are always forward looking. And it's difficult to tell how much is actually priced into the markets and what. and both buyers and sellers are correct because there are bearish and bullish fundamentals on the gold market. Personally, if you're not confident or if you don't have strategy or logic, I would just stay away from gold. It's difficult to trade recently. Ukraine dumped $12 billion worth of gold reserves on the market. But then we have high inflation environment, which is positive for gold. Also, the recession risk, in theory, should drive demand for gold. But then we have the basis point rate hike, 75 basis point rate hike, which is bearish for gold. So, it's not the best time for gold. I'm more positive on US 30.
But it's not time best for gold because of this unpredictability, or
yeah,
there's no clear trend for it.
I mean, if you look around the world, there's no clear trend. It's moving all over the place. And if you look around the world, I guarantee that if you get a piece of paper, you draw a line in the middle and you put bearish and then on the right bullish, you try to summarize what's bearish and what's bullish for gold. There's so many different variables now entered into the market, and all of them are correct. The question is which one is stronger, and that is only decided by the market participants.
Yeah.
Comedy Central says gold will drop then slowly rise. And what about if it spikes and then slowly drop? What about if it moves sideways? Personally, I think it's not the best time to trade gold. Anything is possible with gold now. I see bearish and bullish, but you have to decide in trading. You cannot have second doubt when you enter into a position. You have to stick to your analysis. Yeah, you can fine tune it, you can close it, and then you can change positions, but you cannot do it all the time. And professional traders don't do this often because the commissions are extremely high. If you have a prime broker, JP Morgan, etc., that adds up to big positions, adds up to hundreds of thousands of dollars monthly for big positions. That's why when I was a fixed income trader, we had to be really careful when rebalancing portfolios, when to enter, when to exit, depending on the accrued interest. So many variables we had to calculate and factor in. And 3 minutes until J. Powell. So what I want to say is, doesn't matter if your position is going to hit stop loss or take profit, try to stick to your own analysis and pick a side. That's the best advice I can give you. When you have shit market like this, when gold is giving you bearish and bullish signals, so Powell is about to set foot on the stage in 2 minutes. I'm going to lock in some profits on US 30. Closing half. I'm going to leave the rest. And now the volatility is going to increase. So, you know, either increase the stop loss and reduce the position, or close down if you're in profit or even if it's a loss, but definitely use a stop loss. Market is going to be volatile. I'm going to just delete this because we don't know what Powell is going to say, and it's no longer valid. Maybe I should leave it. What's this? Josh Kidney says, turn your RGB strips 180 degrees for full effect. These are NAND lights, so these are actually the power tubes. These are tubes, not strips. You know, Eshna Anad is buying gold. I understand you're happy that, you know, you're buying. You don't have to be this loud about it. As we have bearish and bullish signals on gold on the market with fundamentals, you know, be a bit more humble. I'm happy for you, you're making money, but I see you're spamming the chat, which is not a nice thing to do. You know, markets can turn around in a second and wipe out your position. I've been there, and I've seen people who are really loud and they got spanked by the market because the market is ruthless. So at least we traders, be nice to each other. And Powell is on the stage. Eshna Anad says bye-bye. I say bye-bye to your position soon. But, you know, don't be this loud about your ideas. I think it's a bit, you know, there's a fine line between confidence and arrogance. Yeah, what I'm going to do is just going to have a beer. This is the finest of Hungary, called Soproni. Well, it's one of the shittest beer, but you know, that's what I have at home.
Good against the hangover.
Yeah, it's like medicine. So I hate to name and shame, but Eshna, where was your buy? Buying at 1722, TP 36. Well,
bye-bye.
Bye-bye. You know, don't be this loud about your ideas. It's, you know, the market is ruthless, and it's going to serve you karma. So someone asked about USD Japanese yen. I'm bullish because the interest rate hike is now pushing the yields and the returns on government bonds. That is creating demand for US dollar. So it's simple economics and maths. US 30 selling. That's because inflation is eating into the profitability of US companies. Interest rate, you know, the borrowing cost just been increased by 75 basis points. That is going to have an effect on the purchasing power of households, and therefore it's going to have an effect on profitability of companies. But anyway, I'm a little bit tired, hangover, so we can talk economics at another day. But you see how the market is getting volatile now because Powell is on the stage and he's throwing sentences, dovish, hawkish. he's changing literally depending on the question he gets and the script that he's reading out. So this is why I hate to trade qualitative events, like when someone is talking, because you never know what he's going to say and how he's going to change, how he's going to say it, because now traders are really looking into or looking for hints about the September rate hikes, and they betting on, you know, how far the Fed is gonna go with the interest rate increase. Are they going to push the economy deliberately into recession? Well, they do it already. What positions do we have? Oh, gold. Let's see what's happening in gold.
Down.
I had a small short and I'm already out. It might take profit.
You made us proud, Sophie.
Well done, Sophie.
I'm out. Maybe it will go further down for you. I'm doing that for you guys, you know. Early bird here.
I'm the same. I also went out.
Who's sitting in US 30 still?
I am.
I am.
Yeah, if you can just take some partials, because, you know, we don't know what Powell is going to say and how he's going to say it, and, you know, this old fart fossil is he's always says something about the stock market that, you know, well, don't worry about the rate hike, the stock market is strong. You know, Biden is responsible for, you know, a good stock market, and if the stock market is crashing, they're going to blame Biden. So it's important that, you know, J. Powell puts some good words for J. Powell. Hey, and gold is returned. So you see, markets are volatile and ruthless. So
US 30 stops at the break even.
Yeah. There you go. Powell is speaking. Crazy old fart. Freaking hell. And that is not the end. Let's see. What's happening in US 30? That is a sad ending of the stream, ladies and gentlemen. And let's see. USD Japanese yen is still running. That's a buy. And I'm going to enter into another sell on gold. And US 30 as well. But only reasonable risk, because markets are volatile. So US 30 jumping back on a sell again. That's US 30. Yeah. Why is my MetaTrader froze down? Szia, Erika. Nem, még megy. Okay. Is anyone watching the stream of Powell?
Yeah. Hello.
It's on YouTube. It's on Bloomberg.
Yeah, the problem is because I'm doing the stream, I don't want to listen into.
He's answered the questions.
Yeah, you see the problem that the journalists are asking Powell questions. These questions are in different topics. That's why it's moving the market in different direction. Fuck. I moved my positions again in different window on MetaTrader. So I need to quickly reset. US 30 is pumping. And I think we can call it a day, ladies and gentlemen. So, market is pumping up, hitting stop losses. Esna Anad is laughing out loud in YouTube chat. Don't be a dick, mate. You know, sometimes we win, sometimes we lose. But see you tomorrow for the GDP rate data release.
Thank you, Thomas. But
Well, it didn't really work out as
also
planned,
say-
but it
Let's
didn't really work
also
out.
say that we had a magnificent week, all profitable. Just now we have lost this trade. Doesn't mean that we are always losing.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
You know.
we are a team at the end of the day. No problem. Whatever happens.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know. All right. Anyway, see you guys tomorrow at 8 a.m. for the morning briefings, and
Thank
you
you,
guys on YouTube. See
Thomas.
you at 1 p.m. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank
Yo, bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.